Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good day after Thanksgiving. Happy Black Friday, YouTube. How you guys doing today? So, honey, you guys know that I like to do my little entertainment news thing every once in a while. And so apparently things are going on. Hey Tanya Young, how you doing, girl? There's nothing going on in this sector right now, nothing that I want to talk about anyway. I really think the streets is kind of dry, and if they weren't dry, I won't talk about it anyway. So, hey, Sassy Francis, how you doing? Happy Tuesday. It's Friday, right? Sassy Francis, I think you typed in the wrong day. Hey, Natasha Holiday, how you doing? Anyway, guys, you guys know that I have a couple of recurring subjects that I like to talk about, and as it pertains to entertainment news, R. Kelly is one of them. Okay, if you guys have seen my past videos, I've got several on my timeline concerning R. Kelly and the whole situation with the girls that he had under his mind control, and apparently some of them still are under mind control, and some of them want to get away. Anyway, that whole R. Kelly situation, right? And so apparently there's some new stuff going on, right? And so I wanted to, update you guys as well as update my channel. Good morning, Essence of I. Update my channel with this new R. Kelly information. Sassy friend said, "My bad. It is Friday. Yes, LOL. You very tired. You've been out shopping all night, and you still out. You here listening? Thank you, girl. Good morning, Carla Alexander. I figured some of you guys are still out and about doing the Black Friday thing. Do you see what I'm saying?" And so I was like, well, let me come on here and give y'all a little bit of this good, juicy entertainment news, okay? Because we all know that I'm real good with the entertainment news, right? Because I was doing the entertainment news. I was in the entertainment news sector before I found my way into this sector, right? And so, like I said earlier, a few minutes ago, one of the recurring news story that I like to talk about was, the whole R. Kelly situation, right? I've got a couple of videos, several concerning R. Kelly and those girls that he had captive. You know what I mean? And so today I wanted to give you guys a few updates. Hey, Rochelle, how you doing? You at work? Good, girl. Girl, sit back and enjoy this update, right? Some of the things you guys may have heard by now. Some of you guys may have not heard, but since I haven't done a R. Kelly and everybody surround R. Kelly news update, I'm going to just go over a couple of things with you guys, okay? Because we all know that it's been a while now since R. Kelly had been arrested and detained in New York. He is still in New York, okay? And I'm sure all of you guys know about the or may have even seen that whole docuseries that Lifetime did concerning the R. Kelly's alleged victims. Okay, it's been alleged that he held several of the girls, against their will for a long time. A lot of their families were speaking out during that whole Lifetime docuseries, all this and all that. I'm sure all of us have heard about that because we all know R. Kelly, right? And have been hearing about R. Kelly and all the things that he had been doing for years and years, some of us, right? So anyway, like I said, hate to process, I have been speaking about it, from time to time, especially when I was in the entertainment sector. I was keeping everybody updated. So I hadn't spoke on it in a while, and there's been a couple of, new things happening. Okay, so I want to update you guys, like I said. So let's get into it, all right? That was my intro as to, what's going on in this video in case some of you guys get lost. Some of you guys may not know that I had been in the entertainment sector before I was in this sector. You may not even know that I have old videos concerning R. Kelly and some of the girls, as well as some of the families, the Lifetime docuseries out there, right? And if you hadn't known about that, just go down my video log, and you will see. You scroll down far enough, you will see all those entertainment videos that I used to do. And a lot of those videos, like I said, are pertaining to R. Kelly. So I wanted to do an update, on some of the new things that are going on right now. Okay. I wanted to update you guys about R. Kelly. Really, it's nothing new about R. Kelly. He's still incarcerated. He ain't going to be getting out no time soon. He is supposed to go to court sometime in 2020. The last thing I heard anyway, he was supposed to go to court in 2020, right? But he's still in there. But he's still, things are still going on with the people, some of the people involved with this whole R. Kelly situation, right? Now, for a long time, we have been hearing about Joycelyn Savage. Savage was one of the girls that was with R. Kelly. Joycelyn Savage was one. Dominique, I can't think of her last name. She was one. As well as Azriel Clary. And these are the three girls that I want to talk about today. But I also want to talk about Joycelyn Savage's parents, Tim Savage and Joycelyn Savage, right? I want to talk about them because the Savages are evidently into it with Tasha K. Okay. And so because of this, whole thing is, it's real entertaining. I know all of you guys have heard of Tasha K, so I'm like, okay, cool. So while R. Kelly is sitting in jail, right, complaining about some kind of foot fungus that he's contracted, because of the dirty, jail cell showers or whatever. So he's in there complaining about that. Whole time he complaining about that, a whole lot of stuff is still going on, with R. Kelly. He's still trying to control the girls. He's attempting to anyway, right? So Tim Savage, who is Joycelyn Savage's father, for a long time he was hollering, he wanna free his daughter, he wanna help his daughter, she's being held against her will, all this and all that, right? All of that kerfuffle came out a long time ago. Well, for a long time, people have been suspecting that Tim Savage, and it was said by R. Kelly that Tim Savage allegedly gave his daughter or sold his daughter to R. Kelly. They said that Tim Savage got upset with R. Kelly and started speaking out against R. Kelly, allegedly holding the daughter against her will after the girl became of age and R. Kelly stopped sending payments to Tim Savage and his wife, right? Joycelyn's mother and father. After the payment stopped for the girl, that is when Tim Savage started speaking out. And really, Tim Savage, in my opinion, because he spoke out so much, it really got things, kicked up, concerning R. Kelly. I mean? And a couple of the times that R. Kelly were arrested prior to this time, because this time, it's the same situation, but a totally different situation. But before all of this stuff got kicked up, because Tim Savage was doing all this in front of the news media and being so vocal about R. Kelly allegedly holding these girls against their will, keeping them with mind control even after they came of age. He got, this whole ball rolling with the Lifetime series. In my opinion, Azriel Clary's parents start speaking out, as well as we seen a whole lot of women speaking out against him in the Surviving R. Kelly Lifetime series. But I believe that because Tim Savage, for very nefarious reasons, he got this whole ball rolling, and he is in part while R. Kelly, started being basically, hounded by the press, hounded by the police, hounded by the federales and all of that, right? Because Tim Savage was mad because he stopped getting them checks for Joycelyn Savage, his daughter, being in R. Kelly's care, right? So come to find out, fast forward to let me read some of this. Due process said, respectfully, Tim Savage seems, yes, he is very shady. And then check it out, due process. Tim Savage is now threatening, has made a police report on Tasha K for allegedly harassing him. In his mind, she's harassing him, but really she just put out some true tea against him, because some of you guys, I don't know if you know, if you don't know, that Tim Savage and Joycelyn Savage, Joycelyn's parents, a long time ago, them and Tasha K got along really well. They was feeding Tasha K information. You know what I mean? They had that type of, relationship going on. But now, as time has passed, they're not friends anymore. Tasha K released some audio of Tim Savage, saying that in one of the phone calls she released the other day, and Tim Savage was on the phone with another caller, a male caller, which I believe was one of his handlers as well, telling R. Kelly he got himself a good wife and he gonna go off and make his millions. And then the caller is telling Tim Savage that he needs to talk to R. Kelly himself, for whatever reason, all this and all that. As a result of Tasha K exposing those phone calls, which are actually his voice, and he even admitted that it was his voice on the Instagram page. But Tim Savage said that the phone call was chopped and screwed, right? In effort for Tasha K to spin some kind of derogatory narrative about the situation. But it is your voice on the phone. It don't matter if it's chopped down or not. You still said in your own voice that R. Kelly got himself a good wife for life, okay? And you're going to go off and make your millions, right? And she released another recording saying with Tim Savage on there, and a caller's telling him that you need to get in contact with your daughter. You see what I'm saying? And Tim Savage is saying, basically, I don't want to have nothing to do with her. She ain't my problem no more. But all the while he's spinning to the press that he want to help his daughter. He want to save his daughter, from R. Kelly and all this and all that, right? Because that's how all of this stuff got started. Like I said, in part because Tim Savage started doing all these press conferences about R. Kelly, right? And so Tasha K released those receipts, which are actually his voice. He got on Instagram, and she said a whole lot of other stuff. I'm going to slow down, and I'm going to back up. And I took several notes. I'm going to back all the way up. I just want to give you guys an overview of what's going on, right? And I'm going to tell you what has happened with Tasha K since she released those voice messages of Tim Savage. Those receipts were given to her, I believe, by the caller or somebody close to whoever it is that Tim Savage is talking to on the phone. Okay, that is how Tasha K got those receipts. All right. So, but like I said, I want to give you guys a quick update on Azriel and Dominique as well, right? I can't remember Dominique's last name, and I didn't feel like going back and trying to find it either. And so, anyway, let's talk about Dominique. I can't think of her last name. Like I said, Dominique was one of the girls that had been in R. Kelly's commune. I'm gonna call it commune for several years, right? And if you guys watch the Surviving R. Kelly series on Lifetime, you know that Dominique's mom caught up with Dominique and contacted her while she was in a hotel in Los Angeles, California. She went to that hotel trying to get her daughter back. First, her daughter said she was going to meet her. Then she didn't meet her. But Dominique finally eventually left with her mom, right? But since that series, and also when Dominique's mom had contacted Dominique, she had called Tim Savage and his wife and told them that Joycelyn was in that hotel in California as well. But the Savages didn't fly out to California, and I found that pretty suspect as well, because Dominique's mom went there and got her daughter, right? And so she begged and pleaded with Dominique, and eventually Dominique did go home, right? Hey, Lex Mac, how you doing? Yes, I hope everyone had a Thanksgiving. You too. I know I had a wonderful Thanksgiving, right? And so, Dominique Gardner. Thank you so much. I'm going to go back and put her last name in the title. I couldn't think of her name. I didn't have time to go back and search her name. Child, it's just so much, right? But I want to get this whole thing started, right? So I was like, child, I did entertainment news in a while, right? Dominique Gardner is her name. So we're talking about Dominique Gardner. Like I said, she went back home with her mom. Okay, shortly after going back to her mom, she went back to R. Kelly. She stayed a couple of days. He made her leave. She went back with her mom and has been living her life without R. Kelly ever since, right? And so a little while ago, I found out that Dominique Gardner was pregnant. I don't know if she's had the baby or not, but she was pregnant. She has an Instagram account, or had an Instagram account long time ago. She had one. I don't know if she's still keeping up with it, but she was pregnant at the time, and apparently trying to move on with her life. Now, when she had her Instagram, I did a video about a really long message. It was really kind of in the form of a poem concerning her situation, as well as her time with R. Kelly. She has not, to my knowledge, written a book or anything. And if she's written a book, it hadn't been released anything about her time with R. Kelly, right? And but apparently on the side note, none of the girls really want to speak about R. Kelly and what all happened to them, what all went on with that situation when they were all, three in R. Kelly's house. But Dominique has since apparently moved on, or is trying to move on, or was forced to move on because she has gotten pregnant by somebody else. And that is the last thing that I heard about Dominique Gardner. Okay. That's the last thing I heard about her. But recently, like I said, Joycelyn Savage has been in the news again. You guys might know that last week, or perhaps the week before, there's a Patreon page that popped up, and it was supposed to be in Joycelyn Savage's Patreon page, right? And she was trying to build up her Patreon page, asking for patrons, because she was going to tell her story on that Patreon page, right? The news media, ABC, CBS, a whole lot of people, as well as some YouTubers, got a hold to their information. Everybody was waiting to see what was going to be, put forth. When the Patreon page first went up, they were gaining subscribers like mad, right? And she said on the Patreon page, it said that there was a video going to be released, and that Joycelyn was going to be speaking about her story, about what happened to her. Yes, something is not right with him. Yeah, he is a we're going to get to him though, Gemini, right? He is just right? And so anyway, the Patreon page went out. They start building up patrons. A little bit after that, people start saying this is a fake page. This is not Joycelyn Savage running this Patreon page, right? And they in part start saying it was fake because the video that was supposed to be of Joycelyn supposed to be putting up on Patreon, telling her story about her time with R. Kelly, that video never came to fruition. You got a video of some feet walking, and they were clearly in New York. You see what I'm saying? And so that came because of that, everybody started saying the page was fake, right? After the news media ran with it, after a whole lot of YouTubers ran with it, do you see what I'm saying? People were running over there, subscribing to the page, all this and all that, only to find out that a few days later, it was found out that the page was a fake page. Okay, a fake page had been put up, using Joycelyn's name. The fake page was trying to scam some people, obviously out of the money, because that was not Joycelyn on that Patreon page. That page coincidentally had been linked back to an old Instagram page of Joycelyn's. Joycelyn hadn't used that fake page since 2015, right? Now it's alleged, Tasha K and some other people are alleging, okay, they think that the Savages are the ones behind that page. And good morning, everybody. They think that the Savages are behind that page, right? So Tasha K did a video. She didn't say that they was behind the page. She's alleging, she's suspecting that they were behind the page. And she said the reason she suspected, in part, that they was behind the page is because at the time, a few days before the page went up, the Savages, Tim and Joycelyn, the mom and the dad, were supposed to be in New York for a Good Morning America, for a GMA interview, right? There was in fact the GMA interview. After that, the fake page came up. Now, just let me say before I go any further, after people started suspecting I think her dad was behind the Patreon too, allegedly, Les Mack, but since I don't know for sure, I gotta say allegedly, right? But after it was found out that the page was fake, the page was taken down. The patrons, the people that have subscribed to that fake Joycelyn Savage Patreon page, their money was refunded, and Patreon said that the owners of the fake page, they didn't receive any monies, and everybody who subscribed, like I said, to the page had been refunded their money. So the page was shut down, right? But before it was shut down, like I said, it was linked to an old Instagram page from Joycelyn Savage's. People are suspecting that Tim Savage, him and his wife, or him, I think it was him and probably his daughter, okay, one of his other daughters. I think that they are the ones that set up that allegedly may have been, in my opinion, as well as a lot of people's opinions, including Les Mack, so I'm suspecting that the dad, Tim Savage, because he's so thirsty, okay, set up that fake page, and there was never any really videos released on that page. It was like a whole lot of typing going on with bad spelling. That's another reason people suspected it was him, because the man cannot properly form a sentence. Also, on a side note, Tim Savage has a YouTube channel called the J Savage Collection, right? And if you will go to the About section on the J Savage, which is the Tim Savage page, if you will go to the About section, you will see that he has several grammatical errors when he is trying to describe, when he's trying to give a description of the page, right? And I'm like, yep, I believe it was him. Because I read some of the stuff on the Patreon page, the English was broken. There was no sentence structure. It was horrible. And so that is why I suspect that allegedly, I suspect that Tim Savage is the one that put up that page. Okay, allegedly. I'm going to say allegedly, right? And so it's because of all the grammatical errors on his YouTube channel page in the About section. That is why I suspect it was him. And we know that he is thirsty. We know that he allegedly sold his daughter to R. Kelly. That's the reason why he said on the audio that Tasha K released, tell R. Kelly he got himself a wife for life, right? Okay, and he should be ashamed of himself. He is an absolute pig. And like I said, when the check stopped, when R. Kelly stopped sending them checks for Joycelyn because she had came of age, that is when Tim Savage started speaking out against R. Kelly, saying R. Kelly was holding his daughter against her will. And the only reason why he did that because the check stopped, right? Because like I said, on that audio, you can go to Tasha page and listen to that audio where he's saying that, he got him a wife for life. He gonna go and make his millions, all this and all that. There's another audio on there that said he don't want to have nothing to do with his wife. In the caller saying, you might not want to have, nothing to do with her, but that's your daughter, that's your family. And he's saying again, basically Joycelyn ain't his problem no more. All the time he telling the rest of the whole world that he worried about his daughter, and he want his daughter back and all this and all that, right? Which is now we have been suspecting for a long time, because a lot came out about Tim Savage and his wife that, he the one that gave his daughter to, I know technically, but see, R. Kelly was still sending him money. When that money stopped, that is when Tim Savage started speaking out, let me read this. Nope, next done deleted it. But she had said, Miss O, do you remember around this time last year he called the PRIC? I hope you repost that, Lex Matt, because last year everything was so hyped up around that situation. It was crazy, right? So anyway, hold on, guys. I'm trying to read both of these things at the same time. But yes, you're right. No, it's fine. She was 19, but he was still getting paid for her. And like I said, when R. Kelly stopped the checks, Tim Savage went to the press and, making this whole big to-do. Okay, Lex Mack said, do you remember last year this time, Tim Savage, he filed a police report on Daytime Tea Time for revealing he was a fraud. Yes, I do remember that. And that is playing into what's going on with Tasha K. If you guys will let me get into it. So I'm finna tell y'all about that right now, as a matter of fact. So, like I said, Tasha K released those phone calls, right? And it's alleged, a lot of people, a lot of us, including me, believe that allegedly Tim Savage is the one behind the fake Patreon page. The page is closed down. But it was also, Tasha K also said that, you know, at some point the Savages gained access to Joycelyn Savage, the daughter's social media accounts, including her iCloud account, as well as her Instagram account, right? And that is another reason why it's suspected that the Savages are responsible for that page. The page that was linked to the Patreon account was an old page. Joycelyn does have a page on Instagram that she posts on, but it's not that page. Do you see what I'm saying? But it's suspected that they gained access. It was alleged that they gained access to her old accounts, right? And so moving forward, and she hadn't used that Instagram account, like I said, since 2015, right? So moving forward, Tasha K released the audio of Tim Savage, you know, saying that R. Kelly done found himself a wife for life, talking about Joycelyn and his daughter, all this and all that. Since that happened, hold on, y'all, I got this. Since that happened, the Savages have been releasing information concerning, you know, going back and forth with Tasha K, right? Okay, Tim Savage made a Instagram live. He did an Instagram live. On an Instagram live, he was talking about Tasha K, and he was referencing letting his lawyers handle Tasha K, right? Because she released that audio. He said the audio, like I said earlier, was chopped and screwed to form a narrative, but you said that stuff out of your mouth. He couldn't even say that was him, that was not him on the audio, because it was him. Okay. And like I said once before, the Savages and Tasha K, they used to be cool because they gave Tasha K a lot of info, right? You know, she did interviews with the Savages at first, I'm assuming, until she found out how shady they were. Now, on another side note, Tasha K, long time ago, Tasha K, first Wendy Williams, had been talking about all the, you know, the scandalous stuff that R. Kelly does with these young girls. Wendy Williams had been speaking out on that for years and years and years, as well as Tasha K. Not as long as Wendy, but Tasha K started talking about all this stuff a long time ago before, you know, it really got any type of traction. You know, people were really, coming against Tasha K about all the stuff that she was alleging about R. Kelly and these underage girls. Do you see what I'm saying? Yeah, due process. He still said it. He still said it. It's his voice. He could, on an Instagram live, he couldn't even say that wasn't his voice, right? But anyway, Tasha K has been talking about R. Kelly before Lifetime was talking about R. Kelly. And it tripped me out how they didn't put none of Tasha K's information in that Surviving R. Kelly series either, right? That tripped me out. I still to this day don't understand. But Wendy Williams was in on it, but Tasha K was excluded from it. I thought that was shady because Tasha K came out with some information, yes, Tasha K broke this before mainstream media, right? I can't believe none of her information was. Tasha K put so much information out about R. Kelly way before Lifetime ever got a hold to it, right? So she talked to the brother, a whole lot of the people surrounding the case. She talked to Joycelyn, or whatever her name is, that chick, about that book she had wrote. It was just so much going on about that. Like I said before, Lifetime even picked up on it, right? So I thought that was shady how they didn't include her information, right? And all of the information that she was talking about, you know, back then when people were saying she was lying and all of this and all that, come to find out, a lot of that information was true, and it's receipts to prove it. A whole lot of people got receipts, you know, now concerning Tim Savage and R. Kelly and those girls and a whole lot of stuff, right? And so, let's see where we at now. I'm trying to follow along with my notes, but y'all know I'll be wanting to talk on the side, but I'm trying. So as a result of after Tim Savage did the Instagram live, right? I don't know if this happened before or after, but he and his wife did an Instagram post saying that Tasha K was lying about them being in New York to do the Good Morning interview. She said that Tasha K was lying about that. They were not in New York. They were, in fact, in Atlanta. And, you know, in Atlanta, you know, all the mainstream medias, they do have a they have headquarters in Atlanta, right? So let me read this. Due process says the way they tried to suppress Tasha confirmed my belief of a media setup. Absolutely, I don't think R. Kelly is innocent. No, he's not. But I also don't believe everything. No, I don't believe everything that he's accused of, simply because the way that Tim Savage is acting and has been acting this whole time, and simply because of a lot of other stuff that has come out. Like, I got a lot of videos about it, right? A lot of it is a setup, and now we know why. In part, this last time, the reason why he's in federal custody right now, that was a setup. Kelly was going to be a sacrifice for Epstein, the one that allegedly hung himself, but we all know he didn't hang himself because the guards have been, charged with, not watching him, Jeffrey Epstein, and Kelly wasn't nothing but the plug, in my opinion, when it came to the whole underage girl ring with Jeffrey Epstein and all that. But anyway, I'm veering off the subject, right? I did a video, those videos after about what I believe happened to R. Kelly as well, okay? So many of the accusers are connected to Tim Savage. Yes, because Tim Savage got the ball rolling. See, he got the fame money ball rolling. Okay. Now, some of these parents, like Dominique Gardner's parents and the Clarys, I truly believe that they wanted to get their child back. Okay. So anyway, I'm doing off, getting away from it, y'all. This is gonna be forever, right? I'm trying to keep this under an hour. So moving forward, like I said, Tim did an Instagram live post talking crazy about Tasha K, talking about he gonna let his lawyers handle Tasha K and all this and all that. And I'm thinking, is he alluding to a Tasha K lawsuit? What does he mean by his lawyers are going to handle Tasha K, right? So after that, his wife also did an Instagram post proving that they were not in fact in New York at the time of the GMA interview. They did the Good Morning America interview. They did it in their lawyer's office in Atlanta, Georgia. They weren't in New York. They were in the lawyer's office in Atlanta, Georgia. And she put up the pictures on her Instagram page. I'm talking about Joycelyn Savage's mama. She put up those pictures to prove that they did their interview in the lawyer's office. So they were not, Tasha K was wrong about them being in New York. They were in Atlanta. That's where they did the interview, right? No, I didn't see that interview, and if I did, I didn't see that video, Nurse Vine. And if I did, it's been so long ago, I don't know. I have to go back and I just want to do a brief update about Dominique, because this ain't even about Dominique Gardner or her mama. This is really about Joycelyn. It's really about Tim Savage. Okay, that's who it's about. It really ain't even about Joycelyn. It's about Tim Savage, sleazy self. Okay? And he gets exposed more and more every day until about his sleazy ways, okay? To the point to where Tasha K now released audio of saying that, telling R. Kelly he got a wife for life in reference to his own dang daughter that he was pleading to the press for, help my daughter. We got to save my daughter, blah, blah, blah. Okay, but what about the audio that just got released? Okay, so anyway, but that's what this is about, that's fine. Tim Savage. All right. So anyway, he did that. The wife did the post proving that they weren't in New York. They were in Atlanta when they did the GMA interview. Okay. They proved that. She proved that. Okay. And also, so after that, evidently they found in Atlanta, they found harassment charges on Tasha K, right? Harassing communication charges on Tasha K, right? They found those charges on November 25th, okay, a few days ago. And Tasha K is due in court December 18th, 2019, a couple of weeks from now, okay? And no, that is who the daughter set up the page. Check out what page? You talking about that Joycelyn Savage Patreon page? No, Nurse Vine, she didn't set up that page. Patreon took that page down because it was a fake page. Joycelyn did not set up that page. It's been proven that Joycelyn did not set up that page. Patreon took the page down They put a message on it saying that it was fake page, and all the patrons, all the people that had subscribed to that page, they had been refunded their money. The IG page, yes, that was her page from 2015. She no longer uses that page. That old IG page was linked to the daughter said, yeah, I believe that Tim and the daughter, yes, absolutely. I believe that Tim and the daughter set up the fake Patreon page, and it was linked to the old Instagram page. But there is Joycelyn does have a Instagram page that she does actually post on. I said all of this earlier. You see what I'm saying? If you would just go back and catch the replay, because I got to move on. But yeah, I agree. Tim, I believe that allegedly Tim Savage and the daughter set up the fake Patreon page to scam people out of money, because Joycelyn is not speaking out on anything concerning R. Kelly. And I got some more info on that if y'all just let me go on further, okay? Anyway, I took a whole lot of notes. It's like a lot. But you can go back and listen to the replay and catch up on all that info, okay, Nurse Line? But thank you, though. Okay, so moving forward. Okay, I told y'all about Tim, the Instagram post. I told y'all about the White's Instagram post. They have filed charges on Tasha K. They filed it on November 25th. Tasha K is due in court on harassment charges on December 18th. Now, when I download this video, I'm going to put on my community feed, I'm going to post the actual police what do you call it? The police report that was filed, and it's got the dates on the police report. And also, I'm going to release a photo of the Tim Savage, conversation. Right? I got these receipts from Tasha K. Shout out to Tasha K. On Tasha K's IG page, Tasha K is showing everybody the police report that was filed on her. She posted it on her IG page. That is why I got a picture of the police report. I got it from Tasha K's page, right? As well as the photo of the conversation, the audio that Tim Savage is having with some kind of unknown caller. If you want to go see the information, you can go to Tasha K's IG page. You can also go check out a couple of videos that have been done on Tasha K when she released the audio and stuff like that, right? Good morning, Art New Style. Y'all can go check it out for yourself, but I'm going to be posting those two photos on my community feed when this video uploads. As soon as this video is over, I'm going to put on my community feed so you can see it for yourself. It has the date that the harassment charge was filed. Not only Tim Savage filed harassment charges on Tasha K, but so did the wife. The wife filed a separate harassment charge, and Tasha K also has to go to court on December 18th as well for that charge. They both filed independent charges on Tasha K, right? Tasha K posted the photo on her IG, and so maybe that's what Tim Savage meant by his lawyers is going to handle Tasha K. But we know that he's always greedy at the money, and he probably trying to. And the only reason why he probably filed charges on her is because he's trying to set up a case to sue her. Because y'all know he said he want to make his millions, right? So, and he thirsty and he dirty and he sold his daughter allegedly to R. Kelly, and I believe it. All right. So anyway. Moving right along. Tasha K, also on the video, she talked of Joycelyn Savage and said that the Savages are broke, okay, and they are desperate for money, which is another reason why I think allegedly Tim Savage, because he always doing stuff, and when you call him out on his stuff, he run to the police. He did that on Daytime Tea Time when she exposed him, like somebody said earlier, as a fraud. He went to the police on Daytime Tea Time too. Not only him, he got an issue with YouTube vloggers. He's also had an issue with a YouTube vlogger by the name of Toxic Diamond. He's had an issue with her too, right? But he always doing this stuff, and when he get caught up, because he halfway illiterate, I don't mean no harm, but child, really do better with your vocabulary skills. Okay, Tim. Anyway, that's how you get caught up, by the way. All right. Anyway, you're right. Bernadette said, well, if they were in Atlanta and not in New York, they were still wrong. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So anyway, halfway what, Nurse Mom? Anyway, what was I saying? I done got sidetracked. Here I had the Tim Savage in particular. They got an issue, for some reason with YouTube vloggers because they always catching him on his stuff. And when halfway illiterate, absolutely. And he always going after YouTube vloggers because they're catching him up in his lies, right? He's just not a good enough liar. You're real transparent, Tim. Just at the end of the day, okay, in my opinion, right? So he got a problem. Always doing stuff. When you get caught up, he run to the police, and that's what he done with Tasha K. And now she got to go to court next month. The only thing he want is money out of her anyway, but he ain't getting no money because Tasha K got the receipts, and if he try to sue her, he just gonna look real bad because she said she got some more stuff that she can release on him because people be sending her stuff and have been sending her stuff on Tim Savage and his wife, Joycelyn, for a long time, right? So in the video that I saw, so she has criminal charges. She got a appear in court next month on harassment charges filed by Tim and Joycelyn Savage, right? So, okay, it is being alleged that Joycelyn Savage has a pill problem. She is a pill addict, and that is in part why they are broke. Now, it's something wrong with Tim as well, in my opinion, right? But it's been alleged that she has a pill problem. So on the video that Tasha K did, when she's, alleging that Joycelyn Savage has a pill problem, one of the sources that she cited for that allegation is the BBC interview. That BBC interview was done some time ago. It is right here on YouTube. You can you can Google search the interview for yourself. But in that interview that they did with the BBC, the British Broadcasting Channel, at some point, Joycelyn gets up and goes to the bathroom and starts throwing up, like profusely throwing up, right? And the what do you call it? The person that handles them, the publicist, said that she had to get up and go throw up because she gets upset. She gets so upset and grossed out by what is being done to her daughter, right? And so that is what the publicist is saying to the BBC. The BBC kept filming, and they had audio. They didn't see her in the bathroom, but she was throwing up, so profusely and so loudly that they were able to pick up audio for it, right? And supposedly, she was throwing up because she gets so upset and so grossed out by her daughter being with R. Kelly and all the things that allegedly have happened to her since she's been under R. Kelly's, supervision. I'm going to say supervision, okay? And so, but Tasha K is alleging that she was throwing up, in that BBC interview because she was high off of pills. Now, I don't know if she was coming down off of the pills because she hadn't had none in a while, whatever. But Tasha K is alleging, citing that as a source of proof that she was on these pills, right? And so, like I said, the BBC, got audio of her throwing up profusely and all of this and all that. Bernadette Edwards said, sure did. I thought she was drunk. She may have been drunk too, allegedly. You know what I mean? But that is the source that Tasha K is citing on that video. And she showed video of the BBC interview. And you guys, that whole entire video is actually on YouTube, right? And so, I already told you about that. Some of this I already told you guys. I went out of order on this. Okay, now let me tell you something else about Joycelyn. Now, after R. Kelly got put in jail, okay, the lease has come up on the Trump Tower apartment where they were staying, where Azriel and Joycelyn was staying. The lease, ended on that Trump Tower apartment, so they had to get out, right? So Azriel went home with her people for a while, and we're going to talk about Azriel next. But Joycelyn did not return home to her people. Can you is there any wonder why she didn't return home? Because she had to know that Tim had some kind of deal with R. Kelly, concerning her, right? So Joycelyn really ain't got nobody, in my opinion, because her daddy don't care nothing about her, in my opinion, via those phone calls. He don't want to have nothing to do with her. Do you see what I'm saying? But he want to tell her story. He want to spin her story, though, right? To keep making money off of her, but he don't want to have nothing to do with her. He didn't even go to California and try to get her out of the hotel room. The mama or the daddy didn't, right? So they clearly don't want to have nothing to do with it, right? Hold up. Due process said, these folk don't understand law, always running to file a suit, right? Not realizing the defendant can file a counter suit, absolutely. Then all the plaintiff tea gets spilled out, and that's what's gonna happen. Let him try to file a suit on Tasha K. All his tea gonna get spilled. All right, I'm waiting for it. All right, that's usually when they drop the suit. Absolutely. He's halfway. He on the slow boat, in my opinion. The Tim Savage is anyway. So anyway. Come to find out, like I said, Azriel went home with her people for a while. Joycelyn is allegedly in New York. R. Kelly, we know he's in jail in New York, right? Allegedly, Joycelyn, let me help talk a little faster. It's 45 minutes. Is in New York with a R. Kelly handler, one of the people that's still working for or with R. Kelly. She's supposed to be staying in an apartment with an alleged R. Kelly. Absolutely, Lex Mac, he is remedial. Okay, I agree. Tim Savage, absolutely, he's remedial. All right, he's just absolutely disgusting. Anyway, it's been reported that Joycelyn Savage is staying with one of R. Kelly's handlers, allegedly in New York. Okay, she did not return home to her people. I'm sure she didn't want to. She feel like she don't have nobody. So she is still somewhat allegedly under R. Kelly's control. Right? The thing about that is, and then she's not speaking out. She's not saying anything concerning R. Kelly. Do you see what I'm saying? Or anything, right? So, and maybe in part because she's allegedly with the R. Kelly handler, right? So, come to find out, R. Kelly will not speak to Joycelyn. He will not put her on the visitors list. And he will not speak to her, right? Now, I don't know if he's doing it to Joycelyn because he's angry with her about what Tim Savage continues to do. You see what I'm saying? Because it's also reported that Lifetime is going to be releasing another docuseries, Surviving R. Kelly, the parent story, right? I don't know if that's going to be the title, but this docuseries is supposed to be about the parents of the victims of R. Kelly's alleged victims, right? So, and also Tim Savage said that Tim Savage may have created that fake Patreon page in order to allegedly spin some type of narrative so that he will be included in this next Lifetime docuseries concerning, like I said, the parents of the alleged R. Kelly victims, right? So that was the whole narrative that he was trying to spin right there, right? But it's reported that Lifetime is going to do another docuseries. This time it's going to be centered on the parents, and we're going to have to wait to see what it's titled, and all this and all that. But allegedly, Tim Savage, did that. Number one, trying to get money because they're broke. And number two, to spin some sort of narrative, because he wants to be in the upcoming Lifetime docuseries about, the R. Kelly survivors' parents, right? So, hey, Lady Tia, how you doing? And so that happened. What else, y'all? I got notes. Oh, I told y'all about Joycelyn, R. Kelly refusing to talk to Joycelyn, right? And what I was trying to say was, in due process, he should be in jail. Yeah, the dad should be in jail as well. I know that's right. And you won't be watching us far. I won't either, because it's just so much that's done been out, shady dealings with the parents concerning R. Kelly and their kids to the point to where I wouldn't even know what to believe. But you know what? I'm going to take it back. I ain't going to lie. I'm going to be watching so I can try to dissect what is going on so I can report to you guys on it. So, yeah, I will be watching. Okay? And because it'll be very interesting. It was also be interesting to see if the Savages are going to be included in this next docuseries because they have allegedly fallen out with the with the series, the Surviving R. Kelly series producer, as well as Lifetime Movie Channel, because they keep trying to spin deals upon deals. Tim Savage got all these backhand dealings going on. So it will be interesting to see if he's involved in this upcoming docuseries. It would be really interesting. And also, it would be interesting to see, and I don't see why they would, if Joycelyn, or not Joycelyn, but Joronda Pace will be involved, because, she was recruiting the girls for R. Kelly, allegedly. Okay, she even said that she recruited Dominique Gardner for R. Kelly, right? So it'll be interesting to see if she's going to be mentioned in on that, as well as that other woman, that other light-skinned woman. She was supposed to be an R. Kelly recruiter too. I can't think of her name right now. I think her name starts with a D. But it'll be interesting if she's going to be, and I feel like she should be in jail too. And Joronda Pace are making books and all this and all that. You was a handler, honey. Girl. Anyway, Due Process said him not speaking to Joycelyn brings me back to that video where he was coaching her along. He probably thinks she can't handle the press and will harm more than help. And he know Tim shady. Let me tell you something about that Due Process. Okay. Also, on that Tasha K, when she did the video where she released the audio of the Tim Savage call, talking about his daughter, talking about R. Kelly found himself a good wife for life. Tasha K said that allegedly, I'm gonna say allegedly. Okay. Nick said, Miss O, you need to send your email or your P.O. box because I got an extra copy of Joronda's book. You need to read it. Yeah, I never read it, and I never even want to go buy it because she's shady, she's suspect, and forget her. Let me tell y'all, Tasha K, I'm going to say allegedly, on that video where she released the audio of Tim Savage, on that video, I'm going to say allegedly, Tasha K believes that allegedly that Joycelyn Savage is slow, or, mentally challenged in some kind of way, and that she receives a check, I guess some kind of SSI check, because of her mental disabilities. Okay? That is what Tasha K said on her channel, and I'm saying allegedly on my channel, okay? Because I don't need the problems. Everything I say is allegedly, okay? Anyway, yeah, on the side note, the reason why that popped up into my mind is because of what Due Process saying that the dad probably won't speak to her, probably because he thinks she's going to do more harm than good. And good afternoon, everybody. So, right, allegedly, Tasha K say she allegedly getting a check because she is mentally disabled in some kind of way. Now, whether that's true or not, I don't know, but it was alleged from Tasha K, and it's alleged from me. Okay, I'm alleging what Tasha K said allegedly. Okay, if that makes sense. But anyway, I just want to put that out there real quick too, because she said that in the video as well, right? So he may well believe, that she will do more harm than good concerning the press Due Process. That's why I told y'all that, right? So anyway, the last little piece of news. So that's all that I got on the Savages and Joycelyn and Dominique and Tasha K having to go to court next month. Like I said, I'm going to put the info on my community feed after I get done with this video. The last little piece, I'm under area. I'm doing good, right? Yay! Okay, the last little piece of info is about Azriel Clary. Okay? And, yeah, I know it's right, Lex Mac. She's told a lot of the stuff that she did for him. You know what I mean? She told that out of her own mouth on the Surviving R. Kelly series. Still trying to up her, act like she a victim. I'm talking about Joronda, y'all. No, you went to me. R. Kelly didn't even recruit her. Y'all can remember, she went when she was 15 years old, something like that. Went to the courthouse when R. Kelly was on trial and met R. Kelly. She introduced herself to R. Kelly. Nobody else introduced her to R. Kelly but her. And I'm talking about Joronda Pace. Right? And she was an R. Kelly recruiter. She recruited Dominique. Yeah, no, she's not a victim. See, all of these women ain't no victim. And I'm just sorry. They all are not victims. Her, in particular, Joronda Pace, and that other woman, I can't think of her name. She light-skinned and she had a daughter. Yeah, she incriminated herself. I agree. I can't think of her name right now, but she got on my nerves. She slept with Sparkle's niece at the same time R. Kelly did. She should have been in jail for that. Then she admitted that, and that little girl was underage. So yeah. And I just can't think of her name right now. But anyway, let me move on. Because we about at an hour. Talking about Azriel Clary. Now, Azriel Clary, we know there's a lot of Lisa Van Allen. Thank you, Bernadine. Her name is Lisa Van Allen. She confessed to sleeping with Sparkle's niece when the girl was not even 16 years old yet. And she said R. Kelly told her that Sparkle's niece was older. And I'm thinking, but you already a grown woman. How is it that you didn't know this? Right? And so I did a video on all that too. It's just way back. And I'm getting thrown off course. Right? Yeah, she kept the tape. She took the tape out of the bag and gave the tape to somebody else, and all this and all that. That whole thing was going on. I talked about that way back. I got to move forward. But you're right about that, Bernadine. Thanks for reminding me of her name. Her name is Lisa Van Allen. It's just so many people, y'all, involved in this. It's just so hard to deal with, and it's still ever evolving, right? Tamarine Queen says Lisa Van Allen should she should be in jail, and she kept the tape and tried to extort the victims. You're absolutely right. I don't even understand how they had her on a Surviving R. Kelly series, acting like she was a victim when she was not a victim. It just don't make no sense. Yes, Lisa, that's her. That's Lisa Van Allen on the tape with that little girl, Sparkle's niece. She said she was on the tape. You see what I'm saying? That's not even alleged right there. She said she was on the tape. She sure did. And I truly believe that she was a recruiter as well. Okay? Due Process says we live in a get the bag culture now. Sad because real victims, get side-eyed because of females like this. I absolutely agree, Due Process. I absolutely agree. With that. That was on point right there. I agree with that comment. I sure do. Because you're absolutely right. Joanna Pay shouldn't have been on Surviving R. Kelly series. Neither should have Lisa Van Allen should have been on a Surviving R. Kelly series. And that older lady that was some kind of radio star, something like that. I didn't see her as a victim either because she was 30-something years old when she got involved with R. Kelly. I'm thinking, girl, you're 30-something years old. What you mean you a victim? Child. Anyway. Next, Max says Surviving R. Kelly is going to have all of those quote-unquote victims in jail. Okay, because they confessed out of their own mouths. They sure did. On camera. We all saw it. You know what I mean? You go to Lifetime if you got Infinity, or whatever you call it, on demand, and the R. Kelly series is still up there. And you can hear them confessing out of their mouth. You sure can. Uh-huh. And then my thing is way back when R. Kelly went to court for the tape being dropped of him, urinating on the little girl or whatever. Why wasn't Lisa Van Allen brought up on charges? Oh, there's something I want to say about that. Let me go and finish this out, y'all. I could talk about this forever, y'all. Because, like I said, I've been going back and forth with this case forever. And every once in a while, I'll do an update. And so much has happened since the last time I updated any information on this. I had talked about R. Kelly since Jeffrey Epstein had got arrested, right? So anyway, next Max said we can't leave Jared Kelly out of it because she needs to be locked up. Yes, because the housekeeper did an interview and told it out. Jared Kelly, is it on Netflix, Bernadette? I think it's on Netflix too. Okay, I didn't even know it was on Netflix. Oh, child. But anyway, y'all go back and watch it if you ain't. And they over there confessing. Nurse Vaughn said Lisa did an interview the other day that the new people they have on this upcoming documentary are not credible. I mean, they're all shady, but yeah, there's a new. I spoke about the upcoming documentary. So yeah, I didn't know she did an interview the other day though. Thanks for telling me that. I'm gonna have to go find it. Do you know what channel she did the interview on, or who she did it with, Nurse Vaughn, so I can go watch it? Because I didn't know she did one. I can't stand Lisa Van Allen or Joanna Pace. I don't. It's just disgusting. As well as Drea Kelly, like Lex Mack said. Because Drea Kelly want to act like she didn't know what was going on. You don't know what's going on in your own house, and you having to knock on the door to ask permission to get something to eat, and you gonna act like you don't know what's going on, Drea Kelly, and you gonna make it seem like you're a victim. No, honey, I disagree. Ain't no telling who Drea Kelly was, which one of them girls, all of the girls Drea Kelly was sleeping with R. Kelly, you know what I mean, before she left him. Okay? Not to mention, I don't like Drea Kelly because I truly believe that allegedly R. Kelly may have molested his daughter, the one that is dresses like a boy. I don't know if she's transitioned into a dude, but I know she dresses like a boy and, you know, presents herself as a dude, one of the daughters. And so I believe R. Kelly may have allegedly molested that girl, the one that, you know, presents herself as a boy. You know what I mean? So yeah, I really do believe that. You know, it's on TMZ. Thank you. They were dry stitching on themselves every episode. They sure was. But yeah, I don't like Drea Kelly. She's not a victim. No, she's not. They have the R. Kelly Lifetime series on Netflix. Thank you, Desiree. I think she's so is she in transition now? Okay. Yeah, I didn't know if she was fully transitioned. I didn't know if she was going to make us, because some women, they will dress and, present themselves like a dude, but they won't necessarily transition. But yeah, I didn't know if she was transitioning or not. Thanks for telling me that, Gemini Love. Lady Tia said the radio lady daughter said her mom was not a victim because she was able to leave when she wanted to. Absolutely. He really didn't want her anyway. She was too old for him. So I think her feelings was hurt because he really didn't want her anyway because she was too old. So no, she's not a victim. And she was able to leave whenever. If anything, she was a cover. He didn't want her. She was too old. It wasn't that he could do her. Her feelings was hurt because, he really didn't care one way or the other. As far as R. Kelly not putting Joycelyn Savage on the visitors list, that's a means of that's a means of disciplining her, in my opinion. Because what her parents doing, she don't have nobody else. And so that's just me, in my opinion. So anyway, let me tell y'all about Azriel, because we are at 101. I'm going to tell you how this is. I'm going to get out there. But yeah, y'all right. Thanks everybody for commenting and sharing in on this conversation, because y'all done told me some stuff that I didn't even know. I didn't know that Lisa Van Allen had did an interview a couple of days ago about the upcoming R. Kelly series. I didn't know that. Thank you so much for telling me that. And it's on TMZ, right? That's fine. Okay, I'm going to find it as soon as I get done with this. Okay. Gemini says, I always thought R. Kelly did something to his daughter. Yeah, me too. Like, I feel it in my bones. He did something to that girl. I heard a while back that he tried to sleep with his niece. Yeah, I heard that too. And then Tambourine Queen said, have a great Thanksgiving. Love your lives. With love from the UK. Thank you, Tambourine Queen. Thank you. I appreciate it. And I hope you have, I don't know if you guys celebrate Thanksgiving. Probably don't. I mean, because why would you? But thank you for saying that. I appreciate it. Thank you. And anyway, yeah, I always thought in my bones that he did something to his daughter. And then I did hear about him trying to do something to his niece. And Drea Kelly, I don't know if she found out about it or, couldn't take it no more that he was molesting the daughter, allegedly. And that's why she left. I don't know what the deal was with that, but she really won't go into detail. She always say when she did an interview, she got tired of being a domestic violence survivor. No, honey. When you talk about your kids, it's that look that you get on your face that let me know that either you couldn't take him allegedly abusing your daughter no more, or she was crying out for help and she was about to do something to herself because he was abusing her, and then you took your kids and left after all those years. That's why I don't like Drea Kelly. It's something else with that. She's not telling the whole story. She's not saying what I believe he did to her kids or none of that. And so for that reason, I don't trust Drea Kelly. And she knew what he was doing. He was doing with them other girls. And she still stayed anyway. And at one point in time, there's a video out there from long time ago on Instagram Live from long time ago where she's singing an R. Kelly song like she missed him or she's trying to defend him or something like that. I think I did a video about Drea Kelly when she was singing that song in that car that R. Kelly wrote too a long time ago. She was trying to capitalize on it, just like Jerronda Pace, just like Lisa Van Allen, just like Tim Savage. They all sleazy. Okay? And that's how I feel about Azriel Clary. I don't want to get sidetracked on her, but as a mom, I can't believe that chick. This is too much. Anyway, let me tell y'all about Azriel so I can get off of here, okay? So, apparently Azriel is trying to move on, right? So after the lease was up at the Trump Towers apartment, Azriel Clary returned home with her parents for a short while. Shortly after she returned home with her parents, she did get her own place, and she is out on her own now in her own place. Azriel Clary has since, she's trying to move on. Like I said, she is currently posting on Instagram. Lady Tia said she was telling people to support him. Yeah, so he can pay her child support. You're right about that, Lady Tia. I mentioned, yeah. I think I did a video on that. You see what I'm saying? When she was in the car singing that song. I got you. So anyway, Azriel Clary does, however, post, and she is trying to gain supporters on her Instagram, her Twitter, and she does little Snapchat things, right? And she's, urging people to, get the hashtag going, and that hashtag is on the run with Azriel. Okay, she's trying to get that going. She's trying to get her music career going, and so allegedly, I found that this morning that Azriel will soon be releasing an album pledging her love, her undying love for R. Kelly, right? Now, on these Instagram posts, Azriel won't talk about any of her experiences while she was, with R. Kelly and all of this and all that, but she is supposed to be releasing an album pledging her undying love to R. Kelly, right? Now, at the same time, Azriel Clary reportedly has refused to go visit R. Kelly in jail. He wants to see Azriel Clary, but Azriel Clary won't go see him in jail. Joycelyn, he refused to put her on the visiting list. That's interesting, right? Now, we know that Azriel Clary has always been the stronger of those two girls in particular, right? And so anyway, she's supposed to be releasing the album. She still won't go, she ain't, it's not been reported that she releasing a book or anything like that. She's not talked about her time with R. Kelly on Instagram, Twitter, or Snapchat. Not about, what happened before all this trouble started. That's what I mean, not talked about. You know what I mean? Not happened, but she's not talking about what happened in the house, that nobody knows about, right? Because that would be a bestseller, right? So Azriel Clary is, though, a very good singer, okay? And Tamarine says, I think Azriel and Joycelyn are going to try to get a reality. I don't know. Time will tell, but as of right now, neither of those girls are speaking out about the goings on and what happened to them when they were in the R. Kelly house before all this stuff happened. They're not speaking out on it yet. Okay, and so anyway, I told y'all about the upcoming album. She refuses to go visit R. Kelly in jail, but it's being reported that even though she's refusing to go see him in jail, she is reported communicating with him. They are communicating. R. Kelly and Azriel are reportedly, allegedly communicating back and forth via text message. Okay? Now, how they communicating via text message in jail, I don't know. That's the first question that I had. The second question that I had is, that R. Kelly is supposed to be illiterate. He's dyslexic. He's supposed to be dyslexic and can't read. So did he learn to read? If they're communicating back and forth, and if they are communicating back and forth, is that why she moved out, from her parents' house? Or is it just she want to be on her own? Okay, and I got all these questions about that, but that is alleged. Said that she won't go see him, but she is allegedly communicating with him from behind bars via some type of text message, right? Okay, so And she ain't talking about her experiences, right? But the last thing that I want to bring up to you guys about Azriel Clary is, um, you know, I did a video a long time ago about Azriel Clary allegedly, possibly having a baby by R. Kelly, right? And so, if allegedly she could possibly have a baby by R. Kelly, now this is my speculation. Okay, not only mine, but a couple of people were suspecting this. I'm going to tell you guys why, right? If she has a baby with R. Kelly, is this why he is in communication with her, wants to keep communication with her, wants her to visit him in jail, but she won't go? Does he want to see his alleged child? Is there an alleged child? Okay, so let me tell you guys why, and I did a video on this too a long time ago, why allegedly a lot of people are thinking that Azriel Clary could have a baby with R. Kelly, right? Okay, way back before this time that he's in jail, this time, before the last time he was in jail and had to make that $1 million bond, before the child, he was locked up for child support. Before all that, R. Kelly was arrested a couple of years ago because of all of these news articles that this Chicago news reporter was doing on him. Those articles from their Chicago news reporter have now been turned into a book, right? So R. Kelly and Joycelyn and Dominique was still with him at that time. They were not in Chicago. As a result of R. Kelly being arrested, I forget where he was. I don't think it was New York. It could have been Atlanta. But Azriel was not in Atlanta. I think it was in Atlanta too, by the way. But Azriel was not there. And people they were like, well, where's Azriel? Is Azriel okay? Because I don't know if you guys remember or not, if you've been following the story. Everybody at one time was trying to figure out where Azriel was, right? And so a video surfaced of but come to find out, Azriel Clary allegedly was being held in one of R. Kelly's Chicago studios, right? So the police subsequently raided that studio. And when they raided that studio, they brought a whole lot of evidence out. So some pictures surfaced on some of the things that they brought out of the studio. After they raided it, they took it into evidence. And one of those things taken out of the studio was a baby crib. And allegedly, Azriel was supposed to be locked in that Chicago studio. And the baby crib was allegedly there too. Now, was he in Florida? Okay, I thought he was in Atlanta. I know he was somewhere, but he wasn't in Chicago, right? Thank you, Natasha. Thank you. And so the Chicago place was raided, where they alleged that Azriel was being held. One of the items taken into evidence was a baby crib, right? And so after the photo surface of the baby crib, that is when a couple of vloggers started suspecting that Azriel may have been in that Chicago studio, and the reason why she wasn't on the trip with them is because she had a child by R. Kelly. All right, and all of that was alleged. All of that was speculation. And Shrinky Sharon says, I believe she went along with everything he did to them girls. Oh, you talking about Drea. Okay. So anyway, yeah, that is where the speculation started flying around about the baby. And all of a sudden something else popped off and nobody was talking about the baby anymore. But I have always thought about, does Azriel Clary have a baby with R. Kelly? Do you see what I'm saying? Now, there's not a baby. She doesn't show a picture of a child. I don't even know if she's got a child, but it ain't coming up on Instagram or Snapchat or Twitter or nothing like that. And she's supposed to be, on the run with Azriel and releasing a music video of a new album, pledging her undying love to R. Kelly, but she won't see him in prison, but she will commit. Girl, all of that. And my thing is, ain't no telling what really was going on with that crib that they took out of that Chicago studio. Let me read this. Lady Tia said he did have a personal doctor that comes to the home. A lot of a lot of famous people as well as rich people. You're right, Lady Tia. They do have those personal doctors. They sure do. Uh-huh. Yeah. So anyway, that is why I was thinking. That's why I never got that out of my head. The question of is Azriel, has a child with R. Kelly or not. I've never gotten that question out of my head. Do you see what I'm saying? But I guess time will tell. Maybe, I don't know. And like I said, and also, if she doesn't have a baby by R. Kelly, who knows what that crib was being used for in that Chicago, that Chicago studio. I mean, he's so freaky, and ain't no telling. He could have been in the crib his own self, in the baby crib his own self. Okay. So who knows what all, really went on. And we'll never know unless one of them girls or all of them girls come out with a book or a reality show, like you said. But like I said, Azriel Clary is apparently moving on. Okay, but I've always wondered that about that dang on crib, because I saw that crib and Azriel supposed to be locked up there. Does she have a baby by R. Kelly? You see what I'm saying? I've always, wondered about that. But that was just my, little theory about the crib. And also, like I said, ain't no telling, in reality, what that crib was used for. Because R. Kelly, child, do you see what I'm saying? Mimi says, as sick as R. Kelly is, he was probably in the crib. He was probably into the baby fantasy sex. Yeah, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. I agree. Like I said, ain't no telling what that crib was used for. Okay? Because it's a lot of freaky stuff that go on in this world. And I have heard of people putting on adult-sized diapers and baby clothes and all of this stuff and getting in cribs and wanting to be treated and like a baby, rocked in prostitute arms, and a whole lot of stuff I heard about, right? I remember that. You remember that baby crib? Machia Middleton. I know I'm destroying your name, Miss Middleton. You remember the baby crib? I feel the same way about that as you. Yeah. I'm suspect. I'm not never gonna leave that alone until I get clarity on that baby crib. Okay. Don't tell her what R. Kelly's sick, but yeah, don't tell her what the crib was in there for. But I still suspect that allegedly Azriel can have a baby by that man. Is that why she chose to move out from her parents' house so quick? Like, what's good? Did he tell her to move out? Like, and Azriel always seemed to TLC had a whole story about that. Really, Shrinking Sharon? They had a whole story about the baby crib? I had no idea. TLC. Oh, a whole story about those people like the role play like their babies. I bet that's what you're talking about, because I can imagine TLC would have one of those types of shows. Yeah, but there are people out there that like to have baby fantasies and stuff. It's just real sick. I mean, they put bottles in their mouths. You got to feed the grown people a bottle and change the diaper and just the whole thing. You see what I'm saying? It's just real. Lord have mercy. It's real mental to me. You know what I mean? I hope you guys hit the like button if you don't mind. I can't tell if you did or not because, I'm on the stream now. But I hope you guys did. I hope you guys enjoyed this update on the R. Kelly, Tim Savage, Tasha K, Dominique Gardner, Azriel Clary, Joycelyn Savage, Joycelyn Savage, all of it. Okay? I hope you guys enjoyed this little entertainment update. Shrinking Cheryl said the series was called My Crazy Obsession. Okay. I'm going to have to try to find it. But yeah, I've heard about that, child. You'd be surprised. The stuff that people do, child. Woo, Lord have mercy. But anyway, guys, I'm going to get off of here. I hope you guys have enjoyed this entertainment news update about R. Kelly and everybody surrounding R. Kelly. It's still going. I don't know when, if ever, all of this stuff will end. And like I said, okay, I have a, what you call it? A troll. Anyway, probably an R. Kelly supporter. Anyway, y'all, I'm gonna get off here. I hope you guys enjoyed this live. I hope you guys enjoyed this update. Like I said, you guys know that I have a couple of recurring things that I like to go back to and update you guys on. R. Kelly is one, Kanika Jenkins, what else is my favorite? Oh, Nature Boy. It's a couple of, I go back and forth with it. But I hadn't did an update in so long. And plus I wanted to tell you guys, thank you, Gemini. Gemini Love said, I enjoyed your live, Miss Olivia. Thank you. I thought it was particularly time for an update because Tasha K got in trouble again, y'all. She going to court next month. And like I said, as soon as I end this, I'm going to put that picture of the police report as well as the upcoming court date, as well as the date that it was filed. I'm going to put that on community wall, and I'm going to put another photo up of the Tim Savage audio conversation. It's just a photo, and I'm going to put that up on, I'm going to put both of those photos on a community wall so you guys can go check it out, okay? And Lady Tia said, as always, enjoy your life. Thank you, Lady Tia. Have a beautiful day. You too. You bought you a 65-inch this morning, did you, girl? My niece went out and got a 58-inch or a 55-inch or whatever, because the little one broke their big screen that they had in the living room. Like he kicked the ball and it broke the TV. Okay? So they went out early and got them. Hey, thank you, Shrinky Sharon. And I think they just paid $200 for it. You know, or something like that. But yeah. Anyway, y'all, like I said, thank you, Shrinky Sharon. Enjoy your day too. Love you guys. Hope you guys appreciate this. Hope you guys will like this video. Do you see what I'm saying? Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. You guys have a great Black Friday, great weekend. I love you guys. Don't forget to smile. Don't forget to smile at somebody. And never, ever, ever forget to love your beautiful self. I'm going to talk to you guys later. Bye-bye. Peace.